My friends, fellow Pokemaniacs, my name is Saul, also known as Saul the Cleric. Welcome to my true Pacifist run of Pokemon Blue. The main goal of this challenge run is to finish this game without quote-unquote killing or even damaging any Pokemon. This run is obviously going to be a glitch run, so please do expect stuff like RNG manipulation, wrong warps, a little bit of arbitrary code execution and also some memes along the way. This doesn't mean that I'm going to use all the glitches available though. In fact, I'm going to exclude any glitches based on save corruption, and also I'm not going to use any other glitch that could quite literally end the very existence of my own Pokemon, so no wrong warps based on the so-called Cooltrainer glitch. To achieve this, I'm going to use some parts of a very outdated route long since abandoned that I'm going to partially revive specifically for this Pacifist run. Also, as this is not a speedrun, I'm going to prioritize many peachy strats or save strats to hopefully drastically increase consistency at the expense of speed. So, if you paid attention in the beginning of the game, I've named myself Blue and my rival A, as this is going to come in handy for a glitch much later in the run. Professor Oak, it's been some time. So, this tiny blue mutant turtle is going to be my personal starter for this run, as he's the only starter whose only non-damaging move, Tail Whip, does not decrease our opponent's attack power. This rival fight is unfortunately a mandatory fight, but luckily enough, we're not required to win it in order to progress. And yes, this means that the reason why I chose a Squirtle in the first place is that he's much more likely to lose much faster than the other starters without damaging my rival's Pokemon. For now, let's just spam Tail Whip and hope to die a quick death. Oh well, we lost. Our non-violent strategy will definitely pay off in the long run though. For now, let's just go get the parcel. Also, I'm going to get as many potions as I reasonably can before a specific encounter with a certain Pokemon to increase my chances to catch it, because we'll absolutely have to do it at some point in order to proceed, and that's not gonna be easy. You'll see what I'm talking about soon enough. So, if you're wondering how I'm running this game, I'm using the Linux version of the Gambate speedrun emulator, a fork of Gambate specifically optimized for speedruns and accuracy. And also, I'm recording this in 1080p and 60 FPS so you can totally see these glorious pixels in high quality, I guess. Okay, my next objective here is to catch a Pidgey with a specific HP value, so I'm going to buy quite a few Pokeballs and also a Paralyze Heal for later. So, right now, any level 3 Pidgey will work, and if it's a level 4, then we'll have to check its HP value first. In any case, I'm going to save my game here in a specific spot in case we're going to run out of Pokeballs or patience to possibly manipulate the RNG in order to consistently spawn a suitable Pidgey. God damn it, Rattata, please! Level 3, good enough. Now let's go back to Viridian City, deposit Pidgey, and don't forget to rest at the Pokémon Center to be able to respawn here later. As I said, don't forget to rest at the Pokémon Center. There we go. So, our next destination now is Viridian Forest, and as you might recall, there's a certain trainer, a bug catcher, that we absolutely cannot avoid fighting in a normal playthrough. And this is why I'm going to do a very specific RNG manipulation in order to spawn a certain Pokemon just in front of him and then get my Squirtle killed to activate the so-called Trainer Fly glitch in its Dead Fly variant. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So, right now I'm following a specific path to avoid most encounters in the forest and at the same time avoid any optional trainer fights. Also, let's not forget that antidote. Now I'm going to save in a very specific tile, hard reset the game and manipulate the RNG for that certain Pokemon. This requires a somewhat precise sequence of button presses during the intro, as well as very precise movement after we reload the game. And also, now the game is red. There you go. Well, hello Pikachu. Now kill me and please make it quick. Good. So now I'm going to withdraw Pidgey to increase my chances to catch yet another specific Pokemon here. And I'm talking about a certain level 7 Slowbro that has exactly 16 special. And to even have a chance of seeing one, we need to first encounter a level 4 or a level 5 Pidgey in Route 2 and then cross our fingers. Also, saving and resetting here would render the glitch useless, unfortunately, so that's not an option. Level 3, not good enough. Level 4, let's try this. Let's flash our menu here. And that's a Slowbro. Now let's hope to catch it before it kills me, and this can take quite a few tries. Come on. Yes, keep spamming disable, please. Now another confusion could kill me, but let's try this anyway. Well, and I didn't even have to use any potion, as he just spammed disable most of the time. Now though, I need to make sure that this Slowbro special stat is indeed 16, or I'd have to reset and try again from the Pikachu manipulation, as a different value would most likely simply softlock the game later on. So, since this is a good Slowbro, let's swap it with Squirtle. Very good, this somewhat RNG heavy part of the run is finally over, and the rest will hopefully be mostly execution based, and I have to admit that I've been extremely lucky here. Now, the biggest side effect of this Slowbro encounter is that the mandatory trainer fight at the end of Viridian Forest is, well, now deactivated. Goodbye. Right now, we need to have at least 5 different items in our inventory for a glitch later on, so we need to buy a single awakening here in Pewter City. And now's the time for Brock Skip. By setting my cursor on the save button in my menu and then closing this guy's dialogue with the B button, I can open my menu and save, and then reset. By putting Slowbro as our first Pokémon and Pidgey as our second, if we speak with this guy from the right, we can now, well, walk through walls. Just like this. And this is why this glitch is called Brock Through Walls. So, while we're walking out of bounds, we need to follow a certain path to avoid the risk of actually crashing the game completely and hopefully reach our next destination, that is, Saffron City. There we go. Now let's heal and save. Our next objective now is to obtain an Abra, and luckily enough we can easily reach Celadon City and simply buy one there with only 120 coins. So let's go get the coin case first. So the main reason we just got an Abra is to be able to easily exploit the so-called trainer fly glitch by using its teleporting abilities to encounter a certain Pokémon. Yeah, Pokémon. But first let's deposit all our other Pokémon in our team to be able to die faster in the next fight. So right here I need to swap this awakening in position 6 of my inventory and then teleport away. The next step now is to get beaten up in the dojo and do so multiple times. Come on, stop staring at me. Come on, Machop, you don't need steroids in order to one-shot me. You can do that just fine. God damn it, Machop. He missed! That's a 10% chance. Thank you, now that sure took you a while. Okay, let's not forget to flash the menu and... Oh look, it's MissingNo. What a surprise. But I'm kinda busy right now, so we'll talk later, okay? Now let's repeat the trainer fly glitch again, but this time let's toss 2 awakenings first. And now let's get beaten up in the dojo again. Okay then, let's get our Pokémon back as no one gets left behind for this. Flash the menu again. Oh, hello again. I was looking for you. Happy to see you well, and thanks for multiplying my awakenings. Goodbye. Very well then, let's do another safety save here in case I screw it up, and now by swapping a few items around I can finally activate the item underflow glitch to be able to use our item menu to modify some very specific values in the game's memory. Specifically, I'll be able to change the warp coordinates of our next destination to a very specific room in the game world, and I'm pretty sure some of you have probably already guessed which one it's going to be. Very well guys, this concludes my true Pacifist run of Pokemon Blue. I finally became the very worst Pokemon trainer, like no one ever was, losing all the battles and never defeating or even damaging a single Pokemon along the way. In the description you'll find all the resources that I used to finally put this run all together, and this includes links to tutorials, videos and speedruns that I used as reference. So if you're curious or want to replicate this yourself, please check them out and expect more Pokemon content and more Pacifist runs in the future. This is Sol the Cleric, and peace out.